So there's about 100, well, there's 190 in the building.
It's my distinct pleasure to be your MC for tonight's event. So welcome to Urbanomics.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. It's great to be here. It's kind of an interesting space to hold an event and talk about the downtown. There's probably a few of you that might remember that this space actually was something different. And I think that the transformation of this space, which used to be a movie theater, now into a multimedia room, signals part of the change that has occurred in our downtown. As a kid, and I see a few older folks out here too, so as a kid I spent many Saturdays coming to movies here at the Convention Centre, over at the Garrick, the Odeon, the Capitol, the North Star, City Place when it came on board, Portage Place when it was kind of the state of the art. But all those theaters disappeared, and our downtown has changed, and it's had to reinvent itself. It's also had to become a different place. So I'm going to talk to you about a report that we put together, because when we began to look at downtown, it was quite interesting to me. And the report is actually on our website, Institute of Urban Studies. You can get to it by the University of Winnipeg's website. But we began to look at this period, 2005 to 2013, and we realized that it was a very interesting period. We started adding up the projects, and in fact, maybe some of you older folks will remember this idea too. There's a centerfold in our pullout here, a good centerfold, which lists all the different projects that occurred in the downtown. So we began to map it. And we quickly realized that there was well over 100 projects in a short period of time that totaled over $2 billion. And we started to think about that. Well, maybe we should put some context to this. Is this one of the most interesting periods in Winnipeg's history? Can we say that it's one of the most dynamic? And we thought, well, maybe we're in a once in a 100-year type of cycle right now. And it's maybe a good thing, including, yes, Winnipeg really recognizing that our economy is somewhere that it hasn't been for a very long time. So I'll talk a little bit about, why all the fuss, where are we at today, and where are we going? And, in the report there was an old quote from a Chicago reporter who had come to Winnipeg way back in the early 1900s, and said, all roads lead not to Rome, but to Winnipeg. And it's interesting because when we look back at our time period, especially in the downtown, we've got to go back almost 100 years to pull together a period, I don't know if that's me, to pull together a period when we've seen so much development occur in a very short period of time across a whole bunch of different sectors, commercial, retail, residential, and a whole bunch of exciting new sectors. And we started to look at that and said, like this space here, we're also seeing a rise in the creative sector in the downtown. We've seen a transformation from the old theaters to retail to a different environment. And I think what we're going to begin to see is the real culturing of a neighborhood in the downtown, something that we haven't seen for a long time.